Exponential equations are equations in which a variable appears only in the exponent. We'll consider the following types of exponential equations. Equations that can be reduced to the form a to the power u is equal b. For example, equation 4 plus 3 to the power x minus 2 equals 6 is the equation of this form. If we subtract 4 from both sides, we'll have 3 to the power x minus 2 is equal 2. And this is the equation where on the left-hand side we have exponent and on the right-hand side a number. This is the equation of this form. To solve this equation, once we write it in that form a to the power u is equal b, we'll change it to logarithmic form and solve the resulting equation. Another type of the equation that we'll look at are equations that can be reduced to the form a to the power u is equal a to the power v, where a is positive. For example, equation 2 to the power x plus 7 is equal 4. Even though it is not yet in this form, it can be reduced to this form if we notice that 4 is the power of 2. So we can rewrite this equation as 2 to the power x plus 7 is equal to 2 to the power 2. To solve such equation, once we have it in a correct form, we'll use the one-to-one property of exponential functions that says that if the values of the exponents are the same, then the values of input or the powers of those exponents have to be the same. So we conclude that u is equal v and we'll solve the resulting equation. And the third type of exponential equation we'll look at are equations that can be written in the form a to the power u is equal b to the power v, where a and b are positive numbers that are not 1 and u and v are expressions that contain variable. For example, equation 2 to the power x equals 3 to the power x plus 1 is of this type. There is nothing we should do here, it's already written in that form. Once we have the equation in that form, we apply logarithm to both sides of that equation to bring the exponents in the powers of those exponents outside of the logarithms and obtain an algebraic equation that we can then solve. And the last type of the equations is, we can say, everything else. If we cannot classify equation as one of the types A through C, then we'll have to look for some other ways. Usually we are looking for some exponential expression that repeats in the equation, or it can be replaced by the letter u, and we can look that at the resulting equation. For example, here, if we choose u equal to the power x, our equation can be rewritten as u plus 1 is equal 4, and we can solve this equation using the ways that we learned earlier. So we'll look at the examples of any of those 4 types in subsequent videos, where we'll discuss the methods in more details.